Namaste, welcome back to the channel. My name is Wyatt Stav. If you're new here, like, comment, subscribe if you enjoy this video and you'd like to stick around and check out some of my other content. Today I want to talk about discipline. I want to ask you a question. Really consider this. Have you ever needed to be disciplined to eat chocolate? Have you ever needed to be disciplined? Have you ever said to yourself, I really hope that I have the discipline to reach for another piece of chocolate? I really hope I have the discipline to watch another Netflix episode? I really hope I have the discipline to talk to my girlfriend? No, you've never said these things. You've never needed to. It's always just been available. You've always been able to muster the strength to go get another piece of chocolate. You've always been able to muster the strength to text your girlfriend back, text your boyfriend back. You've always been able to eat another cookie. No problem. Nobody's had to demand this of you. You've never had to demand this of yourself. You've never had to push yourself or really stay focused on something to be able to get through eating another cookie. It's just not happened. And this is basically at the core of developing discipline. I am an extremely disciplined person. I will say that to you right now. I'll just straight out tell you the way I am. I am disciplined, embodied. Some of my close friends and family say, Wyatt, you're too disciplined. You don't allow for any of the spontaneity in life. You're so disciplined. You're always working. You're always focused on the next goal. You're always, even at the time I'm recording this, it's just after 4 a.m. This is when I start my day. But most of my life, that discipline was motivated by fear. Most of my life, the fear of not being enough, the fear of not being loved, the fear of not being accepted, the fear that I am inherently lacking something has motivated me to work very hard. At one point I was publishing videos on YouTube where I was describing the fact that I used to wake up at 2 a.m. to work 8 hours on my day job, to work 8 hours on my side hustle, which was the drums back then, before going to work 8 hours on my main job. All of that was actually at its core mostly motivated by fear, mostly motivated by the perception that I wasn't enough as I am, the perception that I was missing something, that I'm lacking something. I felt a deep longing to build and create something so that I was finally accepted by myself, by my family, by my friends. I needed to become more because what I was at its core wasn't enough. Now, while that worked, holding on to that level of fear and allowing that to motivate my actions did create rock solid discipline. Like, the fear of not being enough really drove me to become something. But in the end, it actually led to suffering. And the reason why is because it's never enough. If I can't accept that I am enough on my own as I am now in this current present moment, in whatever version of myself I am, even if in the eyes of society I'm a complete failure, it doesn't matter, whatever judgments are being cast upon you, the truth is, the fact is that each and every one of us is perfect and enough in the moment as is and will always will be. Okay, but that's like difficult to conceptualize if you're truly holding on to emotions of I'm not enough. So let's talk about shifting from fear-based discipline into something else. Now, for me, the shift has changed in the last 6 months to a year. I have become, once again, I'm in sort of like a season of really developing myself, a season of building myself. And in the season that I've found myself in, I have cultivated an enormous amount of discipline once again. Now, this time around, the discipline is coming from a different motivation. This time around, instead of discipline coming from my feeling less than, it is coming from my feelings of devotion to. So that's the shift. I've no longer cultivated discipline out of fear, and I'm now focused on devoting myself to love. And that shift is changing my life. That shift has made the actions and the responsibilities and the day-to-day, it's made it so that I feel more like I'm reaching for pieces of chocolate instead of running away from fire. And when you're moving towards something you love and you are staying focused on and cultivating the love for a thing, there's like a warmth and a peace to the work that you're doing, to the activities you're participating in, to the discipline you've cultivated. And that warmth and peace is something that brings me joy, something that brings me balance, as opposed to doing whatever it takes, sacrificing everything that I really love to become something that maybe I'm not, maybe that I'm forcing. At one point in the journey, maybe I was, in the state of fear, in the discipline motivated by fear, maybe there was a lot of force involved. Whereas in the devotion, it feels now more so that I am flowing into something through actions that are consistent and regular, that have at its core principle a level of discipline, but is motivated by devotion and love. And at its core, really devotion is love. So how do we make the shift? Like if you're in your life right now and you have no discipline, you feel like, stuck, you're trapped on the couch, you don't know what to be doing with your time, your energy. Or if you're disciplined, but you feel exhausted, you feel drained, you feel like you've reached goals and in reaching them, they didn't satisfy you. So how do we make the shift from that sort of paradigm of existence, that sort of experience of the reality, into one of devotion, love, fulfillment? How do we make that shift? Well, there's two core underlying principles. The first is introduce ease immediately. If you're doing things out of motivation that is fear-based, then stop doing those things. That's probably the first place to start, is stop doing those things and face that fear. I know that's how I started. I was playing the drums and working so hard at my music career prior to travel because I was afraid of not being enough, because I was afraid of what would happen if I didn't make enough money. And as soon as I stopped those things, I could start to sink into authenticity. That's the thing about devotion is going to be in alignment with what you authentically are. Fear is going to be more in alignment with forcing something that you are not. If you can allow yourself to face the fear and let go of what it is you're running from, or face what it is you're running from, then now you can shift into a deeper level of authenticity. And that comes through ease. It comes through allowing and relaxing and letting go. And through that letting go process, there might be some difficulty that arises. But on the other side of it, our heart may crack open, but on the other side of it, we're going to discover a deeper level of authenticity. And inside of that, we'll be able to align with devotion. We'll be able to perceive what it is we're capable of devoting our lives to, capable of devoting the self to. And then discipline comes naturally, because when you're really devoted to something that you truly love, like I really love chocolate, I don't ever have to force myself to reach for a piece of chocolate. I am devoted to this YouTube channel. I'm devoted to my clients. I'm devoted to my girlfriend, my partnership. I am devoted to my path, my journey. I'm devoted to the experience of life. I'm devoted to building a family. I'm devoted to so on and so forth. And those things that I'm devoted to, you don't have to tell me to work towards. If anything, people in my life currently are telling me, Wyatt, take a break, man. You're gonna burn out. You are burning out. Be careful. And why is that? Why is it that I can go so hard? Why is it that I'm capable of overeating the chocolate that is waking up at 4 a.m.? Why is it that I'm capable of overeating the chocolate that is no sleep and long hours editing videos? Why is it? Because I'm devoted to the process. And that devotion is so overflowing with an abundance of love that even if I never make it to wherever I believe the process is taking me, it doesn't actually matter. Because the process I'm enjoying so much, the process I'm so in love with. It's like I'm playing a video game. I just don't want to stop. And that's because I'm devoted to what it is I'm doing. So shifting out of discipline, or the belief in which you need to cultivate discipline, and shifting into devotion, where discipline naturally flows through you, is something that will bring your life a greater sense of fulfillment and warmth, because now we're focused on what we love about life, what we love about the people around us, what we love about the journey, what we love about about what we're creating, as opposed to a feeling of have to, a feeling of need to, must to, if we don't or else, these sort of inherent mindsets of lack. So the first step, like I said, is ease, because if we can surrender and drop out of what it is we're doing, we can figure out authentically what it is we could, should, want to, and drawn towards, can be devoted to. And that's in the authenticity of us. That's in greater alignment with your own dharma, the way in which you fit into this conscious collective. That's number one. Number two is enjoying the journey. The destination is the journey. So we can slip into devotion by enjoying what it is in which we're doing every day. And we do that after we discover the authenticity. Number two is just continues to flow through us, because we're so in love with eating the chocolate that's all around us, that is our life, that becomes our life at that point. Whatever you do becomes all that you do. Even if it doesn't look like it at first, and even if the intellect can't reason out how that's possible, it doesn't matter. Just have faith in everything that you've done regularly so far has become what you do regularly now. So if you have something in your life and you feel like, I really could be devoted to this, but I'm not sure if it could be something that will work out in the end. Drop the fear and focus on the fact that anything you do will become everything you do. The more you do it, the more you invest time, energy into something, the more it will grow, the more it will bloom, the more it will take care of and support you in the end. So the first step, got a little bit off track there, but the first step essentially is ease. Take time for rest, take time for recovery, take time for relaxation, journaling, reflection, so that you can drop into who and what you authentically are. And once you are authentically real with who you are, figuring out what to devote your time and energy to will be easy. It'll become obvious. The devotion really starts to become a cycle when we fall in love with the journey, when we fall in love with the action that we're taking, or the enjoyment, the fulfillment in the process. Now we can stay devoted to something that we know never ends, that we know takes us nowhere, but we're just in love with what it is, period. There it is right there. A man who enjoys walking will always walk further than somebody walking somewhere. I really felt that and saw that with my drum career. There was a time where I arrived at something and I stopped walking because I was walking somewhere. And now I've tried to structure my life in a way in which I am sustainably happy, devoted to walking. And that's that, period. Enjoy the walking, enjoy the journey. Through the authenticity of accepting who and what you truly are and what you as a being, as an incarnation, as an experience, can devote yourself to. Okay, that's the video. If you'd like to speak one-on-one with me further about concepts like this or any of the other topics that I've discussed on my channel, you can do so by checking out my coaching page down in the description. We can get into a one-on-one conversation. The first conversation is completely free too, so feel free to book down there and we can sit down for an hour together. Thank you for watching this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.